The Open Tabs is here with a surprise episode, like Avon showing up when Marlo was expecting Sergey.
Right. Right.
Joe Carlos, Calvin Smith, we are here. It's the Super Bowl
Preview. Or is it? Are we doing a preview or are we doing just our thoughts?
We're just doing thoughts about all of that.
Okay, just my thoughts.
Blowing from the Survival Scrolls.
There he is. I don't have a drink from me. Sorry.
That's okay. Hey man, this has been the greatest playoffs in a long time.
This might be the greatest one ever. Let's just call it what it is. If you look at all the games, it's funny too because we're like, no, it's horrible. Yeah, wild card was a little whatever. You know, it weeded out who didn't need to be there. Dallas, Oakland, Philadelphia, and the like. I can't remember the other AFC team that didn't make the cut that weekend. But we did them out too. They did not need to be there, did not deserve to be there, or go any further. They didn't have anything in them. But the games that we got in the divisional rounds were just stupendous. I don't know what to call it.
And it was so like stressful is not the word. Tense.
No, because what do we care? What do
I care?
what do I care?
But tense.
Oh, definitely tense. Definitely tense. A lot riding on every play. A lot riding on any scenario as to who won and what it means and who it will make happy and who it will enrage. And so there's some very, very hungry fan bases, and one of them made it to the promised land here. It has the chance to finally get out of that club that only has now 4 members in it. You know, I don't even count. I don't think it's fair. Well, I guess it's fair, but it's not as fair to talk about the futility of some teams as it comes to the championship games in comparison to others. There's some that haven't even been. So with the Jacksonville's, any of Houston franchise, and you know, Jacksonville, they started they're not even 30. Well, no, I think they are 30. They're about to be 30. But come on, but definitely Detroit. And Detroit, you know, has never been to Cleveland's never been to the Cleveland's. And the last time they went to a championship game, it was 88 or 89. Or Spiner. And so Detroit's been to one NFC championship since the merger.
91
NFC championship game. But Cincinnati has an opportunity to do something it's never done before. That's very exciting. Particularly with a second year quarterback. They're chock full of great stories.
Yeah, not a top 5 quarterback though.
No, according to Calvin Smith, he's not a top 5 quarterback. No, he's a top 2 quarterback. Calvin, he's not a top 5. He's a top 2 quarterback.
I love you, Larry. I'm sorry, Larry. I'm gonna leave Larry alone. Hey,
man, do what you feel.
As soon as he made that take, I had to jump on it. So in our group me, one of our fellas.
I didn't make the take.
No. Larry, Larry like claim to it.
Yes, he will, because all you do is scroll up. That's the beauty of it. Unless you deleted them all, which I don't think you did.
I mean, to his credit, man, he's holding on to that take. You know,
he is now. The famous rubber is about to meet the famous road here in the with the likes of Aaron Donald.
Von Miller,
Jalen Ramsey, and company.
Leonard
Floyd. They didn't see a defense like that. They didn't see a defense like that.
No.
So I'm not going to go with predictions yet, but okay. I think it is exciting that the Cincinnati Bengals, who've never won a Super Bowl, who lost 16 and I believe like 27 or 28 or 29, whatever it was. Kenny Anderson and Boomer Esiason. They lost to some very good. They lost to Joe Montana twice. To some very good San Francisco teams. The second time around, though, they really had a shot to win that game. I thought, and they did the first time too, but they definitely had it the second time around. They had it. In the end.
Both games were competitive.
They were. Granted, two totally different. I always want to be clear. Totally different rosters.
Yeah.
Okay. 81 season. Okay. 88 season.
Yeah.
All right. So let's not try to conflate anything more than that. And fortunately, thank gosh, yes, all my hands. Fortunately, thank gosh, we don't have the rematch of these two teams, so that we don't have to relive that. I mean, I would have loved it for Joe Montana.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was really looking forward to it. I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
But nah, it's not gonna happen.
We don't need
so
a
guy who couldn't even make their roster was quarterbacking for them this past season.
Yeah.
And by sheer luck. And by sheer luck, he made it that far.
Yeah.
So, but how do you feel about Cincinnati being there? Obviously, you have the Ickey Woods behind you, so you know.
I'm here's the thing. I pulled against them all 3 games. I like Oakland, so I'm pulling for Oakland.
Oh, I like Oakland too. I like Oakland.
I live in Nashville.
You do.
You know what I mean? So I'm at my coworker, Dr. Frank Perry. Shout out to Tony. Love it. I love it, Joe. Yes. That's one of my favorite images of the playmaker right there. Yeah. So I'm at Tony Perry's house watching the game, and and utter dejection for these Nashville natives. I had a Falcon starter jacket on, so I was kind of trolling a little bit, but I was still pulling for Nashville. One Nashville.
Yeah, of course. That's where you live. Yeah.
And then Mahomes. He's the wonderkin. Want to see him do well. I love Mahomes.
I do too.
I
don't think he's whiny, unlike our friend, unlike Calvin Thomas McAllister II, and unlike Dr. Cassie David. And Cassie, if you're listening, I meant everything by whatever you want to take it when I said too much Georgia Tech and Cleveland in you. And I think you know what I mean. Cassie loves to call some player from his same conference and division whiny. I mean, it was JJ Redick. It was Miles Grayson. Now Grayson, whatever his name is.
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen was a whiny, horrid individual, a horrid person. But the way you used to hate JJ Redick, who has turned out to be just an amazing human being.
Yeah, JJ's all right with me. I don't let loose on the Duke players too easily. Like
JJ is an amazing human being.
Yeah, I love it.
He's worth probably 300 Georgia Tech players easily because of his stance and how outspoken he has been as a white man using his. But back to this. I'm sorry.
He's using his allyship, right? Yeah, for sure. So then here we are, the underdog, man. The nobody believes in us team. I'm all for it. I love it. At this point, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl with
this boy.
I'm going to watch Super Bowl with our beloved brother Cash, and who he's pulling for. So
yes, I'm sure it'll be very. It'll probably be maize and blue, rather than the blue and gold. Yeah.
At the risk of Idris punching me in the face, I'm
hopefully he was not. Hopefully he will not.
I like Cincy, man. I really do like Cincy a lot. For many of the reasons that you outlined, that Super Bowl. So there's a series on NFL Network called The Lost Rings. Have you seen any of those?
No. Okay. I've not. I haven't seen that series. They did it a couple of years ago. They did like an America's Game flip.
Yeah.
So for the uninitiated, and for the uninitiated, America's Game is a 1 hour documentary on every Super Bowl champion.
Yes.
And kind of a companion to those great NFL films, 30-minute docs, 24-minute docs. Most of the great ones, of course, many of the great ones, narrated by John Facenda, and they all had a little name. Don't get me started. So having said that, so they talk to like 3 or 4 of the players and a coach maybe, and then they get somebody famous to one of 5 actors to narrate it, and then one year they decided to do teams that almost made it, or that lost.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so great because you never talk about the teams that lose. So you're saying there's a series there?
Well, no, that's what it is. It's the America's Game Lost Rings collection.
Oh, I haven't seen any. I didn't know there was a collection. I think I saw something about Minnesota.
So they did the Bengals. And the Bengals one is very insightful. They did that 88 team.
Yeah.
They talked
the team
about
was strong. The team was strong.
Yeah. So
America wanted them to win. Because we were tired of the Niners at that point,
absolutely.
as a country.
Absolutely.
But go ahead.
So the year before that was a strike year, as you can recall.
Yeah, 87.
So Sam White.
I do recall. Thank you.
Sam White was the coach. Boomer was the young quarterback. Mm-hmm. Boomer was the team representative for the union. Oh, wow. Laid down in front of a bus. This guy Boomer.
I remember that. I'm not surprised. Yes.
And so and was making fun of Sam White because the first game before the strike, they made a really bonehead decision to like go for it when they were driving in San Francisco. Like they gave San Francisco enough time to score, and San Francisco ended up winning the game against them. Okay. Foreshadowing. This happened in 87. Okay. 88 season comes, and there's like a lot of strife or whatever, but at the same time, Sam White just did all these motivational things, put black players with white players as roommates, all these things, these things that worked in the 80s, and it worked. And they had Sam. I really like Sam White quite a bit.
I love Sam White. I hate that it ended up the way it did. I love Sam White.
Yeah. But he was talking about how they basically invented the no huddle offense that season. And the next year, and when they played Buffalo in the championship,
I was gonna say Buffalo perfected it later. Yeah.
Marv Levy was whining and crying about it, but the very next year, that's what they ran.
He is a crier. Marv Levy is a crier. But go ahead, please.
And so Sam White was just kind of tongue in cheek mentioning that kind of stuff, and they were talking about like how the game went, and I had forgotten a lot of the details. So of course, Ickey Woods behind me, the Ickey shuffle, that was great, nice story. You know what I mean? Horrible injury to his knee. He's didn't live up to the hype after this year, but he legit was a star that year. But they had
the league. Yeah, it was like him in Montana.
Yeah, they had James Woods also. Not James Woods, excuse me. James Brooks also running the ball. And then I had forgotten Stanley Wilson was their third running back. You remember Stanley Wilson?
No, I do not. Keep going, please.
So Stanley Wilson was an incredible talent, but like a lot of incredible talents in the 80s, the nose candy got him, cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
And
like a lot of running backs specifically.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
And so like he had been having a comeback year. He was doing fantastic. They were keeping him busy, all this kind of thing. But right after they won the AFC Championship game, he went on a bender. And they found him in the locker room high on cocaine, and they had the night before the Super Bowl pulled him. And so
that was probably a huge emotional issue, psychological issue. Not unlike when, was that 37? Eugene in 33.
Oh, and Barrett Robbins for the Raiders.
Yeah, Barrett Robbins for the Raiders, like 38, Super Bowl 38, going down to TJ and losing his mind.
Yeah.
And then, but Eugene, you got to be. You can hold it together.
Yeah, and so they showed the Tim Krumrie thing, and
his leg just his
one of the worst
injuries. The picture in Sports Illustrated, it looked like a banana.
Yeah,
his ankle looked like a banana. I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah,
that was scary actually. And I want to know who. I gotta look back who took that picture, but it was nasty.
Yeah.
First play, wasn't it? First play.
It was in the first drive for sure.
First drive.
And I mean, like the lore is that, it was a kind of a dirty play on his end. Like he was trying to trip the dude up, and that's how it happened. And he kind of owns it a little bit. Yeah, man.
I don't remember the San Francisco front then. I mean Charles was on that team, but I don't remember the rest of their because this is before Stubblefield, Bryant.
Yeah.
This is before those guys. So
this is old school.
This is old school. I don't remember their front. I remember one of the guys by face.
Yeah.
Who was always on NFL films, and he would say like, "Mom, got them cookies. Stop putting them damn raisins in it." I was like, "You're black, and you just yell at, you curse at your mother."
That's not what we
on do. That. Like you've been out in California too long.
Yeah.
Like you've been around that too long.
Yeah.
Too long,
Yeah.
But I remember him. He was a defensive player, but I don't really recall, other than Eric Davis, I don't, and he might have been a little. Ronnie Lott was obviously on that team, but if you think about it, they didn't really have, and that's before.
Keena Turner was the one that stands out to me.
Keena Turner, Charles was there, but Charles was he was the young guy.
Yeah, he was young.
And I can't really recall that was his first ring that year. But there was what's that crazy guy's name?
Romanowski?
Yeah, but Romo didn't play with them until 92, 93. He wasn't there till later. So I'm trying to remember who was all
right, I pulled them up. So on the O-line, there's some names.
I'm at the D line. I'm at the D line. I know the O line.
Okay.
I know the O line is Harris, Sapolu, Tam, and Wallace.
McIntyre. Yeah.
And McIntyre. McIntyre, Sapolu, Tam. Well, I don't know if Tam was there, but Sapolu, Barton Harris. Jesse Sapolu wasn't on that team?
Jesse Sapolu was, but Tam wasn't.
Tam, okay. So was Barton Harris Cross. Of course, yeah. Randy Cross, right? Was Steve Wallace on that team?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
you the man,
yeah. Joe. I know. Look.
So that first,
I always love Joe. I love Joe. So yeah. For a long time, and we will get to this too. I was gonna say for a long time, I would argue till tears in my eyes about who the greatest was. I don't have that argument anymore. That's over. That's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over and done.
Yeah.
So that actually
10 Super Bowls. 10 Super Bowls that he went to. Good God.
Michael Carter. Michael Carter was the nose tackle.
He's a no-name defense.
Yeah. Kevin Fagan.
I remember the name, but these aren't all pros.
Nah, not for real.
There were better defenses in at that time in NFC in Philly. Defensive stars in Philly, maybe in with the Rams.
So they ran a 3-4.
Okay.
And the nose tackle was Michael Carter, Larry Roberts, and Kevin Fagan were on the other end.
I remember Fagan. Yeah. But who were the linebackers?
Linebackers, your boy Charles Haley.
Yeah.
Ricky Ellison, Mike Walter, and Keena Turner.
It was defensive backfield. Because the rest of them just doing a good job.
Yeah. Ronnie Lott. Defensive backfield, Ronnie Lott, Tim McKyer, Eric Wright, and Jeff Fuller.
Everybody but Fuller, I know. Okay. McKyer could hit because wasn't McKyer later?
The Falcons, baby. He took that ill-fated, well, not really ill-fated, but he took that. He lateraled it to Dion in our one playoff victory against New Orleans Aints in 1991.
Yeah, I remember that. All black. That was too legit. You had people in Dallas pulling for you in '91.
The whole world, baby. We had Hammer on the side.
I mean, Cat was wearing black. Cat was wearing black. I mean, you couldn't,
Yeah.
Hammer and Travis Tritt. That's. I mean, come on. Too legit. Dun, 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 dun. Get buck.
Yeah. That's right. Joe, what's your? All right.
We've been talking AFC, by the way. We're still
talking AFC.
Okay. No, but go ahead. No, but this is us. What you got?
Well, I mean, so growing up, Joe.
This is us.
Sure.
No, that's from the NBC. That's from the show. I was making fun of how tear-jerking even the commercials they try to. Go ahead. America says goodbye.
America says goodbye all year.
Lord.
So
like Kareem.
Growing up, man, the AFC didn't win a Super Bowl. Like it was crazy.
Nope. Not since not since the Raiders. No, the Raiders did.
The Raiders were the last one
in a decade. Actually, they were the Raiders twice.
Right.
So the 80 season Raiders.
Yeah.
Jackson and then the 83 Raiders.
Yes. Marcus Allen.
Yeah, Marcus Allen. So that was it. Yeah. Those teams. I wonder, had Cleveland gone one of those years instead of Denver, would they have given the Giants or the Redskins a different look?
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. I'm really curious about that. And I'm saying that from particularly the Redskins, that team.
Yeah.
They had a good defense. He had the best first half of football I think anybody's ever had, other than now Sims have 24 in a row. Sims completing like
he had
22 in a row or
22 in a row. Yeah,
22 in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, and that's when everybody was like, "Ooh, Elway's really the man." Everyone they're really hoping he gets it to happen. He makes it happen. And it's so funny that people don't even know about that. Like unless you're a true fan of the game.
Sure.
They don't even know about the 0-2. And I don't even know, excuse me.
0-3.
0-3. And let's not even get, I mean, at least
55 to 10.
55 to 10. Like that was the game that should have put him away forever. Like really. But sometimes you just get your ass kicked. So I think it's probably better 52-17.
Yeah.
It's probably better that you just get killed rather than, lose on the field goal.
I agree.
I was thinking about the Giants and the Bills.
Sure.
In 24 because I mean
I'm not triggered, guys.
Apparently not. But you were going to ask me something. Yeah, you were saying something.
Well, no, I was going to say to your point, man. Like that Redskins team, I think, was particularly vulnerable because the Cleveland team had two of the best cornerbacks. Like that tandem with Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield, incredible.
They were strong.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like Cleveland was tough. They just couldn't get past. They just couldn't beat Denver. But Cleveland was tough. I really think, and they could run. I really think, even though they had, Washington had a defense. Yeah. But I really think that team might have given him some looks, made it real cloudy for him. Yeah. And because you get past Mecklenburg's big slow ass, and Keith Jackson's big slow ass, you ain't got to, it wasn't much to worry. Well, Steve Atwater is still sitting back there, so that is a talk. And while I'm making fun of Mecklenburg and Keith Jackson, but if you were within their reach, you were gonna be in pain for several days. I don't want to belittle the fact.
What's your prediction, Joe? Pain.
Right. but no, I mean, hey man,
yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
So on the other side of things, the Rams, man, Matt Stafford,
2 and 4 years, right? Or 3? 2 and 4 years.
2 and 4 years. Yeah, 19, and now
it was here.
Yeah,
in 19. Yeah.
Really bad Super Bowl. Really horrible Super Bowl.
They peaked in the title game.
Yeah.
That's all they had emotionally.
For sure. But a lot of good stories. OBJ.
Very happy for
his dad didn't make the low light tape. Who knows?
Very proud of the brother.
Yeah.
Very happy for them.
Yeah. It's a good squad. Cooper Kupp has the Triple Crown year. The Triple Crown year has only happened like in the modern era 4 times prior to this. Mm-hmm. And I think that we laugh a lot about the white receiver. My dad has a joke about the slow white Bronco with Ed McCaffrey and John Elway.
Good Lord. I never understood how they couldn't get to McCaffrey. I never got it.
Easy Ed, man. Vanderbilt song.
Slippery. Very slippery.
He was very slippery. But Cooper Kupp's had a year for the ages. Who won the league this year? It was Bryce, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Bryce Adams. Yeah.
Shout out to Bryce. Yes, he beat King Malachi Sims, the first.
How did Mike? Did Mike make the playoffs this year?
No. It was rough. He didn't make the play. Yeah, neither of us did, and we usually are playing in the divisional round.
Perennial powers there.
Yeah. We're usually playing the divisional round either against each other or for all the marbles. So it was a rough year.
Who had Cooper Kupp?
I don't remember. I'd have to probably somebody who didn't get far.
Okay. So in our league, the Southern players, I'm the lone Morehouse man, aka Mission College. They give me the Mission College speech every time I'm winning. But the Southern University Jaguars guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for them.
But Trey Bullitt won this year, and Cooper he wrote Josh Allen and Cooper Kupp Like that's all he needed.
I mean, that's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I'm trying to find out who had Cooper Kupp right now. Let's see.
Yeah.
LA wide receiver. SSB. Oh, okay. Stan Bradbury had him.
Okay.
That makes sense. Stan had a good season.
He had a good season. Yeah,
Stan had him.
So I mean, the Rams are that traditional. Like, I mean, they have all the pieces. The defense is a monster. Von Miller, Aaron Donald. I'm trying to think of it really goes back to Reggie White, really, for me, where I saw a player as dominant as Aaron Donald's been, man.
Yeah, he's very, very scary. He moves people. He gets doubled and triple teamed, and he definitely changes what you're going to do on the football field.
Yeah,
and unabashedly so. And so you got to be, you got to always know where he is. Where is 99? Always.
Yeah.
Always know where 99 is, or to your own detriment if you don't. Yeah. And that's what makes him special. One of the things that makes him special. He's very intelligent. And the rest of his guys are good enough so that when he causes disruptions, that everybody else has time to do what they need to do.
Exactly.
And I think he elevates the play of the whole unit. Exactly.
Did you see Jalen Ramsey's tweet today about Tom Brady's retirement?
Yeah, he threw his last touchdown pass.
Nashville's on. Gotta love it. Emsworth/Brentwood Academy.
I would just be quiet, but that's me. We're different people.
Jalen been a loudmouth his whole life.
Just let that man have his moment. Jalen. Jalen's the same guy who got in the kicker's face.
Yeah.
In Robbie Gold's face.
Yeah.
Now it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
He's the same guy who got in Robbie Gold. Notice I didn't say I'm happy for that brother. I mean, I'm happy. Hey, I'm happy he's out of Jacksonville.
Fair enough.
I'm very happy he's out of Jacksonville because it wasn't. I mean, I'm sure his immaturity was a big part of it, but Jacksonville's just toxic.
It's not a good situation.
No, it's not. And so, in general, just as a people. So I'm happy he's out of that, and it's interesting those guys that left where they are.
Yeah.
Again, all of a sudden. So happy for Stafford, Highland Park's own suburb of in the center of Dallas.
Yes.
All white suburb restrictive covenants still on the books. Suburb. Well, they lifted the covenants, but you don't move there. So. Bulldog, Matt Stafford.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Matt was a big part of the exodus of strong Dallas academic talent who decided to go to the University of Georgia, made Georgia a hot school in Dallas. So much so that my nephew Jordan Harris, who is a junior at the Jesuit Preparatory School in Dallas, he's looking at UGA strong. And his dad, Josh, asked me, he said, well, he gave me this list. I said, well, Georgia's a better school than, this school, that school, that school. And it was just really interesting that it still holds this aura. And it really started with Matt. I'm not even that's not even you could chart it.
Yeah.
In fact, I've seen where the apps are coming from. It's coming from this well-heeled.
That's your wheelhouse. You were in that world, man.
Zip codes coming from these well-heeled zip codes. Highly concentrated. So, but very happy for Stafford, who toiled in not obscurity, but just toiled in Detroit for years. And anybody who had him in fantasy or played against him in fantasy knew he put up numbers. It wasn't even a question. He was playing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like he makes bad. It wasn't like he's Jimmy Garoppolo out there.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault at all.
No, it wasn't his fault at all.
As a matter of fact, he won a lot of games they shouldn't have won.
Yeah,
I was at that game in the pandemic. Probably shouldn't have been there. With my boy Jeff, we were there, and our friend Jonathan Watkins, we watching the game, man. And Ty Gurley, bonehead decision, doesn't fall down before he goes into the end zone, and Matt, like clockwork, drives him down the field.
Highly intelligent guy. Very happy for him.
Yeah.
McVay is 36. I wish he had. McVay is 36. 36. Second
young
Super Bowl.
He made a lot of now. There's that line in Pulp Fiction. Let's not start licking each other's lollipops.
I'm just saying.
He made a lot of mistakes in that. He
36.
Yeah.
2 and 4 years.
Massive achievement.
It just on its face.
Yeah. He's
we're
coaching talent.
We're getting into like a Landry like.
I'm just that's bold words, my brother.
He was very young and he had a lot of success early on, but he sustained it throughout. But I'm just saying, he
not
actually
not as well dressed as Landry.
Never. But he didn't have
no hats.
He's winning way before Landry was.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, as Landry started winning, he never stopped. He never really stopped winning.
No, he's putting together something
65, 66. It's special.
Yeah, he's putting together something special. I agree.
And I didn't think they were just going to be able to throw a team together, the 94 Niners, a la the 04 Lakers. I didn't think the 03, 04 Lakers. I didn't think they were going to be able to just throw a team together and make this work, a la the 10, 11 Heats. Who met a smarter team that year. But they look. I mean, here they are.
Yeah.
A Goff was not really the reason. I mean, Todd Gurley running was Todd Gurley got hurt. I mean, nobody's talking about it. But Todd Gurley got hurt.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do after that.
Yeah. The offense literally stalled.
After he because he was killing everybody. He was just running through people. Then he got hurt and they didn't know what to do.
He made it possible for them to throw to Robert Woods to Cooper Kupp that season.
So once you take the run away, we know what you got to do. You
might know
us, but we know you. But we know who you are.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Come on.
I love it. Joe,
but
I 2 favorite Super Bowls for you, man. Not one Dallas one. I know. Give me one Dallas one and one non-Dallas
one. Non-Dallas favorite Super Bowl. I'm gonna say it's weird because for a couple years they were blowouts.
Yeah.
But they had a specter to them because they were the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And growing up, you on a Sunday, we weren't going back to church. There were snacks, and we used to have a Super Bowl party. We hosted a party.
Oh,
so nice. In '87, in the Super Bowl in '87, the Giants beat the Broncos. Party at my house. '88, when Washington won. Party at my house. '89, party at my house. I'm gonna say of those, culturally, it's obviously when Doug Williams won. I mean, culturally, without a question, it's with Doug Williams, right? But for like great games to watch, it's '89. Okay. I thought it had everything. That you wanted in a game. The Super Bowl that happened in '89. I thought it had everything you wanted in a game. And I think it's 24, 20, 23 or 24. If the Bears were 20, the Giants were 21, the Skins were 22.
This is 23.
23.
Yeah.
So I thought Super Bowl 23 for me was so enjoyable as a game. Truly, it was enjoyable as a game. So I would say 23. Favorite Cowboy one, it's behind me. It's Super Bowl 27.
Yes.
I was a senior in high school. We moved, whatever day it was, February 3rd, whatever day it was, we moved the day before.
Okay.
On a Saturday. Our cable wasn't hooked up yet. My father me and my dad went to Best Buy, bought an antenna, a big old antenna we put on the TV. And I swear to you, it came on. We were getting nothing. And then it came on as they were about to do the announcements. like announce the players.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if it was the offense or the defense. I'm pretty sure the defense was announced. But no. I think it was the offense because the next year the defense was announced. But that's when it started. It said, "You're looking live." I think it was I don't know why in my heart it was Musburger, but
it had to be Musburger.
But yeah, I was thinking
even
live.
if it wasn't.
I'm conflating. You're looking live. Yeah. But I just remember the shot looking at the Rose Bowl, and I was like, man, it's so sunny and beautiful out there.
Yeah.
This is perfect for us. But I thought to myself, gosh, it's good, pretty good for Buffalo too, because the weather is not going to be an issue for anyone. And that game just had, just killed them. And Dallas just destroyed them in every just took their manhood, took everything. And for me, that was probably my favorite one. And I know you only asked for two. I'm just gonna say this. My second favorite was the one after that, right after that. Okay. Super Bowl 28. 27 was, but 28, I was a freshman in college.
It's pretty great place too. It happened in the dome.
It was the dome. Super Bowl 28. What was so special about it was, Super Bowl 27. I'm in Dallas, so I'm surrounded by people who want Dallas to win.
Right.
We weren't supposed to be there. That's what that's the correlation. I
started out 0-2.
No, not there. Oh, yeah, 94. I'm sorry. No, I'm saying 93, 92 season. We weren't supposed to be there.
Sure. Okay.
Because it was San Francisco was going to get a shot. Then it was our year next year, right?
Right.
It was Steve Young's time. Everybody wanted it for Steve Young so badly. They wanted it for him. The MVP got his ass kicked. So, sorry. So actually, I'm not sorry. But we're in Dallas. We're like the only people that believe, right?
Yeah.
And there was no real hatred. There was hatred in Pittsburgh and in NFC East towns, but not national hatred yet. Because it was like, oh, okay, they kind of feel good. But the next year, you have a year of us. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of them. After a year of us.
Yeah.
Then I'm at Howard though.
Yeah.
They start 0-2, just like you said. Lose to the hated Redskins. They lose to the Bills, who just beat 52-17 at home. Sign Emmett. Go on a tear. Go 12-4.
Yeah.
And gosh darn it, last game of this regular season, beat the Giants.
Yeah.
To win the division, separate his shoulder, win the division.
Yeah.
Get home field advantage.
Yeah.
Get that extra time to go. You're good. Fine. Then that game, they're down 3 at the half, brother.
Yeah.
The game 30-13. I think it was.
Yeah, something like 30-13 was the final score.
Yes. So my point being, and then I'm in college, I'm getting messages. I went out to my Uncle Larry's house in Upper Marlboro. I went to my Uncle Larry's house. Me, Tom Joyner Jr., Eugene Young. We go out there, the fourth. We go out there, and I come back, and I have all these messages. You sorry, nigga, gotta go in. Because we're down.
Yeah.
Back like, man, my bad. Y'all won that game, man. My bad. Here, I got your $10. I got your $10. I got your $20. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that one's like a 1A, 1A for me for the Cowboys. Yeah. What are your two favorite Super Bowls?
So my two favorite Super Bowls, like you, man. I remember the parties growing up, and the party really was all you had in those blowout years. You know what I mean? Like it was.
I'm telling you, 85 Bears. It was 44-10. Yeah. I think it was, or 44-3. It was so bad.
Not an entertaining game at all. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But
the Fridge scored. The Fridge
party. Yeah. So I had a Super Bowl party the year the third Redskins Super Bowl against was it 91? Yeah. I had a Super Bowl party that year.
Stuck in a airport that year.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Go ahead.
No, I had a Super Bowl party at the crib. I had my boys from Ridgeview, which was like the M&M school up in North Fulton County. They came to it, and then I had my homies from Camp Creek. I tried to do a strategic move where I invited my boy. Well, he wasn't my boy. The dude that was eventually going to end up bullying me, Robert Matthews. I was like, I'm trying to send an olive branch, so I can invite him to my Super Bowl party, and he'll be my friend. And that didn't work out very well. We had a football game in the yard prior to the game. Like
gotcha.
Epic football game in the yard. We had we lived on Kimberly Road. We had a huge yard, huge front yard on the corner of Kimberly and West Kimberly. And I'll never forget, like we're playing, and then my neighbor across the street, this girl named Nicole, came out, and the level of play elevated when she came out. Like the dudes was trying to, impress her with their prowess. And then the homie now, this is the story he dines on to this day. He was smaller than my boy Rashard, but Rashard was coming up the field. Now, like hit him low, causing him to flip up in the air. Like if you let now tell it, he flipped like 5-6 times and then landed on his back. And Rashard, to his chagrin, I know Rashard's listening because he's a faithful listener to the show. Shout out Rashard Sanders, one of Atlanta's.
Shout out Rashard.
Appreciate you. But yeah, that was not a good
moment.
Oh
yeah, Rashard, of course. You mentioned him.
Yeah. Not a good moment for Rashard Sanders. Landed on his back, man, in front of people, man. But that Super Bowl was great. That party, we played Madden after a little while, and I was the only person pulling for the Bills that year. And I got booed out of my own Super Bowl party at one point, man. But pulled the Madden 93 out, started playing Madden 93.
That's when you know it's real. That's when you know it's real. That Madden 93, bro.
Yeah, great time.
I used to feel that when I won Madden 93, like when I won the seat, like when you win the playoff.
Yeah.
And they do at the end, they do the fireworks.
Yeah.
I used to feel that they really did it for me. Like they knew they knew the heartache, they knew the pain.
Yeah.
They knew what I'd gone through.
Yeah. They knew I lost a heartbreaker to Kansas City, like had no business winning against me. I had, yeah. Anyway, man, so that was one. The other one for me is the most entertaining Super Bowl for me was actually Pittsburgh and Arizona.
That was a great game.
I loved the hell out of that game. I loved the James Harrison play. I loved Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, good grief, man. Larry Fitzgerald played his ass off that game, man.
He did.
By all rights. I hated
that I thought he should have been the MVP. Quietly.
Yeah, regardless. Right? Exactly.
Who was it? Wasn't it Santonio? Or they gave it to Ben?
Exactly. The incredible Santonio Holmes catch.
That was a great catch.
It was incredible, man. Toe touch. I mean,
had it not been for that, it's Larry Fitzgerald.
All day. Yeah. So I came home from work the other day. My TV was on NFL Network, and they happened to be showing the last 2 minutes of that game, and I was like, "Oh, I'm all in."
Let's sit down.
Yeah,
and man. Enjoy. Yeah.
And it was after years of, again, the games are kind of dropped off a bit. You had all these.
Oh, that was a good one though. Yeah,
there was some good. I mean, the Patriots. I don't like the Patriots. Just full stop.
They always had. They never had blowouts. They never beat.
No, they always had close games, but I don't like them. So, I didn't really enjoy those games so much. I mean, the Carolina Patriots game was probably the best one of all of them. Like when
I thought Delhomme had it, man. Had he had to me, I thought Delhomme had a better shot really than anybody in that first couple of games of the Super Bowls they won. I thought the Eagles were never really in that because without T.O. they
played a hell of a game.
Yeah, I mean he did something with McNabb, just met it up at the wrong game. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah,
there's nothing else.
He wasn't ready for greatness.
Clearly, I mean, despite everything.
Yeah,
that he'd gone through, everything else.
Yeah,
here he is finally at the precipice of it all.
Yeah,
of greatness.
And pulls
and doesn't perform though. Unlike Willie.
No, like Willie Beeman in his first game. Right.
Yeah. But Willie, exactly. He had 2 touchdowns.
But he came through. Willie came through. Yeah.
Yeah. He had 2 touchdowns in that first game.
That's true.
But it would just never. And they didn't have much of a supporting cast, and it showed. That was the game when it truly showed.
Yeah.
Was it Freddie Mitchell, the People's Champ? I mean, it was a lot of.
I might have owned a Freddie Mitchell jersey, Joe. I may have owned a Freddie Mitchell jersey.
I believe
this is my deep trolling days, where if I could piss somebody off, wearing
you would spend money. You would spend money.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, if any young medical students are listening to this, man, use your refund money wisely. If they haven't given you $10,000,
not on a Freddie Mitchell jersey,
right? Don't buy no Freddie. What would be the analogs? Actually, this jersey I got on right here. Actually, I'm not ready to tell that quite yet, but yeah, I'm known for purchasing some jerseys, Joe. It might.
Is that Duckett?
No, it's Duckett's number, but no, this is So I'll go ahead and tell it. Can I tell the story? I'll tell the story. All right,
so, sure, please.
2016, picture it. The Atlanta Falcons. I recognized greatness in this team after maybe week 4. I said, this team's gonna do something. And nobody else, they were talking about how bad the defense was, this, that, and the other. But there was a player that kept coming through, putting pressure on the quarterback, getting sacks, by the name of Vic Beasley Jr.
Oh, Vic Beasley, yeah, Vic, yeah.
And I said, after there was a pivotal game, I think it was the game against Kansas City, which we lost on a fluke play at the end.
I remember that. Berry. Yeah, I remember that. Eric Berry. That was his comeback game.
Yeah.
That was that was a crazy game, man. But I watched that whole game. It was on a break from. I didn't have school that weekend. Oh, I remember that vividly. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Vic Beasley played a great game. I said I'm gonna buy a Vic Beasley jersey, and David Glover, who follows me to this day on Facebook, he was always clowning Beasley. He's like, he's not a real good, David Glover proved to be correct. But I was like, man, stick it to him. I'm getting this Beasley jersey. I got the Beasley jersey. I wore it for the rest of the season. Falcons didn't lose another game until they lost the game. And but yeah, so this jersey, and then I was on my way to DC for Christmas, and the mailman, I didn't have my jersey yet, and I was like, I need my jersey. Mailman came, and it was the UPS guy. I knew the UPS guy. I stopped him. I was like, you got something for my address? He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, let me sign for it and get it from you, man. I stopped him on the street, I lived very close to Meharry at that time. Mm-hmm. Stopped on the street, got my package, put it in my carry-on bag, got to DC, wore it for the game. My brother-in-law, Tony, angry because we stomped Carolina, you know what I mean? Went and wore the jersey, didn't wash it either. And
of course.
Yes. Wore it to any possible event. And then, the rest is history. When Vic Beasley ended up having a horrible career after that. But I got this all, and it's the heavy one. It's the numbers. That's
the real one. Yeah, that's the real deal there.
Yeah, man. So but Falcons for life, man. We'll be back next year. When we
very different NFC South next year.
Very different NFC South. Bye Brady. Bye Sean Payton. I don't know which one I'm happier about. Probably Sean Payton. Do you want to know what my least favorite Super Bowl was, Joe? Can I tell you what my least favorite Super Bowl was?
Absolutely.
The hated team of New Orleans won against the Colts.
That 2009. Yeah. It was in 2009, I think it was. Because 10 was 10 was the San Antonio Holmes year.
Yeah, bad year for me. Bad year.
Because that team went 2 years in a row. Because Pittsburgh went 2 years in a row. They went in 10 and they went in 11. They lost to Green Bay in 11 in Dallas.
Bad year.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I have no feeling on it. For me, probably the worst one was Philly finally winning.
Yeah. People underrate the Dallas-Philly rivalry. There's pure hatred there.
Agreed. Them finally winning was the one thing we could hold over them. And then when they won, they acted like they had won 30.
Yeah.
But all you need is one, and you're sanctified.
Yeah.
You baptized in the blood.
It was the end of my favorite meme, my favorite NFL related meme.
Yeah, with the rings.
Yeah.
Rings. So they had a ring pop. I mean, I remember writing "Welcome to the club." Finally, we have a complete set. All those things.
Yeah.
Giants had 4. Dallas had 5. Giants had 4. Washington had 3, and then it was a ring pop for the Eagles. I think the most wildly entertaining game, just period. Other than that game, that back and forth, in that Super Bowl in 10 for me is probably the first the game in 08 when was it 42? I think it's Super Bowl 42. When Eli, the David Tyree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching. I watched it with Chris Lee. We were in Washington. It was like this weekend. It was literally like this weekend.
All these memories, all the Facebook memories are popping up from.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff is gone because of where I was that weekend. But it's just been taken down. But I know exactly where I was. But I was in Washington, visiting a friend. But the point being, that weekend I watched the game with him, and it was just bad news, bro. It was like bad news because he was so. I was like, okay, I'm going to leave. Because you are apoplectic, and I understand being 17-0, and then you're not supposed to lose this game.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a history guy. I want to see some history being made.
I didn't even hate them at that point. Like I was like, this is be cool.
Exactly. I relinquished my hate.
Yeah, this would be cool. And
straight cash, homie. I want, I'm a Randy guy.
I just really recall Strahan being like I'm not really a Strahan fan. He seems like a jerk to me.
Yeah.
And I really, it's just me. And I think that they underestimate how much we like him. Okay. I think they underestimate how much we like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
By putting him in our face a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, I'm proud of him, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of his.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. So, and he's an HBCU man. I mean, so I'm proud. I'm proud of that. But we give Dre's props. Give Dre's props. But that's when it stops.
That's when it stops. Exactly.
It's the Rock. It's the Rock. But I remember the way he was talking, like, nah, it's not gonna be us. No, we can't possibly beat them, right? We can't. But they believed something that no one else did, and a lot of that was Justin Tucker too, by the
way. Say that, Joe.
Movie cats on that line.
Yeah,
a lot of that.
He doesn't get enough love.
No,
the way he was a rock on that team. Justin Tucker, shout out to you,
man. Yeah, a lot of that. But it is what it is. But that was a very wildly entertaining game.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen so many blowouts and things. I don't think we're going to have that this time. I think we're going to have. This is going to be a track meet.
Yeah, I think so. I think
you're going to be running up and down the field.
Man, that boy Ja'Marr Chase is a problem.
So I was just watching the LSU White House visit the other day, and I think Chase was in, the video where Coach O's wife is in the beginning with the guys dancing, and then I think Ja'Marr Chase is like the next guy. I think it was him, but he was a little younger. But I think it was the next guy, and all this, and I forgot about how fun and free that was. It was just like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So much has happened in Coach O's life.
Yeah.
So much has happened to those guys.
Hey, man.
And that's short
amount of fast, bro.
Yeah, particularly when you grab it like that. But nonetheless.
Hey man, shout out to Ken Norton real quick in your background, man. I'm picking up what you're putting down there, brother.
Oh yeah, well, I was pulling Kelly on his back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was so fun. That's when I was like, "Oh, we're not gonna lose this game. Like, this is not gonna happen." If Kelly's out, like, who's the backup? Frank Reich? There's no way. And he threw a touchdown late. All right, whatever. But it didn't really matter.
Yeah. F Don BBF, all those guys, man.
I know. No, I almost put the Leon Lett stuff up, but I was like, it's too much.
No. Well,
still too much pain. It's still a lot of pain associated with that.
The real ones know about Leon Lett. He was a monster.
He was, but he said he was trying to put the ball down like now he's a coach with the Cowboys, like an offensive line coach. He was trying to do like the playmaker. Like he's like, I was trying to do like
down,
Michael Irvin, lay it down.
Man. Playmaker is one of my favorite non-Falcons in the history of football. I love Michael Irvin. He was
very black.
Had a lot of panache.
Yes, a lot of panache. Very, very black man. So great playoffs that we've had thus far, and looking forward to. Oh, this is my question for you. Okay. Would you rather play a Super Bowl in your home stadium, or would you rather travel to a neutral place that's got good weather? Actually, I'm not even going to mention the weather. Just travel to a neutral place to play the game.
I gave a different answer when this was posed to me in the group. Thought on it. I'd rather travel. And here's why. When you're home, there are a lot of expectations. It's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. When you travel, and when you travel truly like how the old Raiders did it back in the Tom Flores era, where you fast and loose, you know what I mean? You're enjoying the town, no curfew really, you're relaxed. Not even probably really supposed to be there. I think that's a better mentality overall. I think that the crowd, particularly if things aren't going well for you, if they potentially turn on you somehow, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot. And I know that they divvy out the tickets in a way where the crowd is not going to be as partisan as it would be, say, like
it's a very corporate event.
Right.
Very
but nonetheless, it's a lot of pressure there. And thankfully, last year it happened in a kind of sterile environment. I mean, actually, a very sterile environment, as it were. I mean, pretty much nothing but doctors and nurses and frontline.
Right. Right.
I mean, like, so it wasn't. It didn't have that same kind of, and the Tampa crowd in general, because I've been to games at Tampa. You know what I mean? And this is no offense to my people like Carlos Leach and all these diehard Tony Lewis diehard Tampa fans. Tony Lewis, who grew up in the A, but is the diehard anyway. Diehard Tampa fans. It's no offense to you guys, maybe a little offense, but they don't get down like how a lot of these other fan bases do. So I say all that to say I would rather travel in, rather treat it like the Super Bowl, and not have any of the other trappings and the home stuff, and like too much can happen at home. So that's my thought on it. What about you?
I agree. I don't need to be hassled about the trash and shit. I don't need to be, oh, your car's over here. Oh, wake up the baby. I don't need any. Look, I got a Super Bowl. I'm trying to get this bonus. I'm trying to win a ring. I'm trying to be immortal.
Yeah.
I don't have time, married or unmarried. I don't have time. I want to be away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sequestered.
Yeah.
And focus solely on what it is we have to do.
Yeah.
And even if that's focused on our camaraderie, even if that's focused on hanging out, even if that's focused on whatever it is we got to focus on, I want to be in a place where I don't have to worry about, just home shit. Like I got the next week, I'm there. I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But this week, let me concentrate on what it is I've got to go do so that for the rest of our lives, I can make money off of, or I can do my part in making money off of Super Bowl champion Joseph Carlos.
That's right. Because it's not guaranteed. Ask Dan Marino.
No, exactly. So to me, now, if you have to stay at home, like for the Rams, I'm in Bakersfield. I'm getting out of town.
Yeah.
This week, yes, Palm Springs. This week, let them do everything like they normally would do.
Yeah.
Next week, we are out.
Yeah.
We come in for the media day. We whatever else we got to do, but we are out.
Yeah.
Like seriously, we are not in. And something Chris Lee told me, they're the away team. They're not even in their own locker room. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what is this?
Weird. But maybe that'll work out good for them.
It might, but I'm just saying, because that'll change it up, right? Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's like, good gosh, man.
Yeah.
It's
just the advantage people think it is.
No, I don't think it is, because it's not a regular season game. I mean, how much red was in the stadium, in the stands?
Them Niners fans came, boy.
Brother, they were hungry, and they just been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would not want to be at home. I'd want to be anywhere I could be to be focused and be away. Put me in the hotel. Yeah. Let me stay there. Yeah. You know where Dallas stayed? Rancho Cucamonga. You know where Dallas stayed at Super Bowl 28?
Nah, wait a second.
The Omni.
Huh.
Now, look. Now, I'm not saying that some of them didn't act a plumb fool, because they did. And let's talk about 1994 downtown Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Within 4 directions, some of the greatest ballet
shoe model
houses of ballet establishments in 4 directions.
Trying to get some college tuition.
2 miles. Just draw a 2 mile radius circle around it.
Gave him a little LCD and an effing poster.
Right. I always thought that's like the West End Mall parking lot. I'm just in my mind, that's where it is. Every time I hear that line, I think he's like out there in the West End Mall parking lot.
Right, yeah. That's right where we're doing.
I believe that's where he is, by a light pole. But that's where they were, that close. I want you to be able to come downstairs and go in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there were no indoor facilities back in '94. Yeah. So you had to, if you think about it, Georgia Tech did not have an indoor, the indoor facilities weren't a thing in the South. Yeah, that wasn't a thing in the South. That was in the Big Ten school. If you think about it, because we didn't have, the weather wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
So it, like, shoot, if you were coming to Atlanta, man, either you're at Tech or whatever Georgia State does, or I'd be up in Athens.
Yeah.
I'd be away.
Yeah.
I get away from this. Get out of this.
Yeah.
Don't even play with that, Jack. I'd be so far from this junk.
Yeah.
Get away. So this is my feelings on it. And I think it would be kind of cool. I don't know. It's one more day, one more week. Live out of the suitcase. I mean, people are gonna call you anyway for the tickets. Everybody wants to go. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hassle.
Yeah,
I'm sure, but you know,
I'm putting the homie on that.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Or you know, for the single guys, you know, hopefully there's somebody like your mama. And hopefully your mama go handle the tickets and whatever number of girlfriends everybody got to get together on that because you know I only got 6.
Yeah,
I could buy more.
That's what they're gonna find out. Like the day after Valentine's Day, you know what I mean?
Like or the allure of the game. Oh, it's Tiffany's. What he says,
right.
Something like at the funeral. That's when they find out.
God bless Tiffany Lane. Hey, shout out
Tiffany Lane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, anything else?
No. What's your pick, man?
I need time. Emotionally today, I'm saying the Rams.
Okay.
I think they're a team of destiny.
Okay.
Who is stocked and ready to rumble. I'm going to put it at 31 to 20. No, 34, 31. Rams.
All right. So let me say this first. Atlanta fans and LA Rams fans, even though we share a history of getting our asses kicked in the 80s in the
NFC West,
we share some love for the Rams. You know, they did us a solid couple years ago in keeping the Saints out the Super Bowl with that dirty hit, that completely legal hit.
Ain't call it.
You know, we might have called them the Atlanta Rams for a little bit.
That was a special day
for the Rams.
That was a special day.
Watched a lot of Cincinnati this year. And they had some mighty struggles. They are clicking right now.
No, they're hot.
I too have a high score, and I'm going for the over for sure.
Okay.
I got a high scoring affair. I got 38-35 Cincy.
Okay. I like that.
And it may come down to Evan McPherson's leg.
Got it. I'm with it.
Yeah. But man, like this is I would be shocked and surprised if this was not a vastly entertaining Super Bowl. And even if it turns out to be low scoring, I think that it'll be because some defensive players showed out, you know, and since he has some defensive, like some no-name guys out there that are ready to try to get their name out there. So
they got some hosses though. They got the receivers. They got some they got some guys, but I don't know. He gonna have to have time.
Yeah. He is gonna have to have time. Joe Burrow.
He gonna have to have Joe Burrow gonna have to have time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And then maybe he'll crack that top 5, man.
Maybe. Crazy. Maybe.
No, man. Hey, look, but I'm glad to chop it up with you, man. I can't wait so later this week, guys. We did our homework. We did our homework, man. So,
we did.
Later this week, we're gonna be talking about a classic film.
Damn right.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
We can dig it. I have so many stories. Just about the soundtrack alone. I have so many stories.
Can't wait, man. Hey, look, I'm
Sound Warehouse.
Joe gives me a question just to ponder. You know what I mean? And so he gave me a question.
And I did, and you did your research. I look forward to your diagnosis.
I watched the film, man. I watched films around it. I might even pull out. I'm gonna do some auxiliary stuff before the show Thursday, man, because I really, you know, I didn't
finish Shaft's Big Score, and it might be gone on HBO Max. I don't know, but I did watch Shaft in Africa. I watched it in its entirety, and it literally is a spaghetti western. Like there's not even. They say New York, bruh.
No, that's like, yeah.
I think they shot New York the little cityscape, and then there's a French flag.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be New York. There's a French flag. If you look back at the scene when he's walking and he's listening to Old Girl,
Uh-huh.
Vanette McGee,
Uh-huh.
Vanetta McGee. There's there's an American flag up there, and there's a French flag.
Yeah.
It did not look I was like, that is not the United States of America. I don't care what they say.
No.
I posit they shot that whole movie in Europe and Africa.
Yeah.
Addis Ababa.
Addis Ababa.
Yes.
They were there.
First learned that from Superman. One.
In Hackensack, New Jersey.
Hackensack.
Miss Tesmacher.
Miss Tesmacher.
All right, guys.
Well, Otisburg.
Otis.
It's a little town. It's just a little place. Otisburg. You're just gonna write it in.
Hammond does not get enough love or credit for his turn as Lex Luthor in both 1 and 2.
Yeah, 4 was pretty horrible, but
they turned a booger into a supervillain. So
4 was a check for everybody.
4 was a check for everybody, including my man John Cryer.
Yeah, Margot Kidder was just out there bad on drugs. It looked just horrible. It was, oh gosh, it was bad.
Margot Hemingway too. Was it Margot Hemingway?
Yeah, Margot. Yeah, she was in it. Margot Hemingway was in it. She looked all right. She was fine. But Kidder would look bad. Kidder looked bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like her teeth were jacked. It was just bad.
Yeah, they tried
not at her best. Yeah.
Hey, let me say one last thing before we go, man. Since we're talking about this, kind of peripherally, I was explaining Weekend at Bernie's to a millennial friend of mine. It's very difficult to explain that movie.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
But that's what they did with Margot Kidder in that movie. She was Weekend at Bernie's. They basically.
How did they have 3 or 4 Weekend at Bernie's? And why in the second and third one did Andrew McCarthy get dumb?
I had to read the plot aloud. I never want to do that again. Yeah.
I mean, Weekend at Bernie's was a big deal.
It was.
I remember watching it on late night at HBO. It was a very big deal.
Andrew McCarthy season tickets.
I have him. Young Schwartzman. He could do no wrong.
Jonathan Schwartzman, baby, in Hollywood.
Hollywood, baby.
Oh, are we doing that movie? No.
We're never doing Mannequin. It's never happening. Mannequin is not happening. We'll do St. Elmo's Fire before Mannequin. Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah. Hey, look, there are people that are listening to this that have no idea. Look that man's IMDb / Wikipedia page up. Andrew McCarthy was out here, baby.
A lot of work. I highly suggest, it was something I started watching. I couldn't wait for it to begin. I highly suggest the After Party on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, you did mention that. Yes.
Yeah, I just check it out. Check it out. See if you like it. The first 3 episodes are up. Then it's going to come out, every Friday through March 4th. But I highly suggest it. And also, I started watching. It's Time to Talk About Cosby.
Yeah,
wasn't ready. Was not ready.
Man. I just caught wind of a story, a Don Cornelius story, man. Peak game. Watch. I'm not going to say anything else about it, Joe.
All right. I will. I'll check it out. Gosh. I'll check it out. Man. I'll check it out. Man. I will check it out.
At any rate, guys. Well, so we keep this tab open because we're gonna come back to this on.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we gotta have a recap.
Can't wait. Bart Scott, can't wait. Every time Joe says something to me, I post the Bart Scott, can't wait.
I can't wait either, brother. Can't wait either, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Hey, until next time, man. We are the Open Task Podcast. Calvin Smith, Joe Carlos. We out.